Hello my friends, how's everyone doing today? This is Sheree. I hope you're doing well. I am here to do a little flip through of this journal glue book package kit that I put together. So I showed you a video where I was working on this glue book slash journal, whatever you want to use it as, and and since then I've put the signatures in, so I'm going to do a flip through. But this is, we did the cover together, except I added this trim here. Here's the spine, 2 signatures. I used this fun fabric on the spine, and then here's the back. It's a little golden book, in case you didn't see the previous video. Little golden book encyclopedia. So here's the back with the fabric and the trim. This is everything here came from on this cover, and everything, fabric, trim, everything came from a thrift store. There's no digitals here. I'm going to show you the goodie pack after, or maybe we'll call it a journal kit after, because what I was doing was I was going to put pockets and trims and things in, and I thought, if somebody wants to use this as a glue book, actual glue book, when I glue in my glue book, I kind of like to glue out to the very edges, and I was going to put some ruffles in here. Let me show you what I made real quick. I took all the strips from my scrap fabrics, which I don't have that many, but and I made ruffles out of them. So I just took all my strips and just fed them through my sewing machine, one right after the other. So they're all connected right now, but I wanted to show you because it's pretty cool. This ruffle. This was one strip here that I did. Let's see, where does it end? I think it stops right here. Yeah, there's a little division right here. So I put one strip in, made a ruffle, kept going, put another piece of fabric up to it, and just kept on going and going. Here's a shorter one, a shorter piece. Here is, let's see, what do I have? I have it tangled up here. Hold on. How did I get a tangle in here? Okay, there we go. There's a little short one I wanted to try, so there's a little short ruffle there, and then I kept going. This is a piece of fabric that I don't know what it's from, where it came from, but it's not from, none of this is, if there's a new piece in here, I'll tell you, most of it came from Happy Mail or the thrift store, though, and most of it came from the thrift store. Yeah, this is a fun piece here that came from a thrift store. This was just a kind of a muslin almost piece here. I wanted to see what that looked like ruffled up. I used a golden, kind of golden yellow thread to sew just a straight stitch down the middle. This was a scrap from the Leroux fabric. It's 2 layers, so it was kind of thick to sew through, but I still did it and made a little ruffle out of that. This is a little piece of this yellow and white I had checked fabric I had in my scraps. So that's just a little ruffle there, and then kept on going with this bigger piece. And then I see how wide this is. I wanted to cut some smaller, so I had some more of that, and I cut it down to like 1-inch widths. There's a piece there, and a piece here, and here, and I think that's what I ended with another like off-white kind of muslin piece there. So I'm going to cut a couple pieces of that off, like a page length. Just say I'll cut something off like that, and then include a couple of the smaller pieces too. So you can, whoever ends up with this, they can put a whole page length, or they can cut it up and put they can make little tabs. You can make little tabs with this, or you can make little pieces like that and just put them around on the pages. But the idea is, and what I started doing, because I used to sew these right onto the page, and it's so much easier if I sew the ruffle first like this, a bunch of ruffles, and then glue them down. I just use a little Fabri-Tac. It's already sewn through. It looks like it's sewn on the page, even though it's glued on. So super cute. So this will, and I have more ruffles already made too. I have a little drawer of ruffles here. Let me see if I can show you one. If I can find it. Where is it? Here it is. Hold on, let me go grab it for you. So I didn't even really have to make any more, but I just wanted to Sorry, I'm talking when I'm turned around. Yeah, I didn't really have to make any more, but I wanted to because I wanted to experiment with doing it all in a row like that. Just sewing, keep sewing, and keep sewing, and keep sewing, and making this a strip and see how fast and how long it took. These were pieces I sewed individually, but you can see here there's a bunch of little, this was, not sure what that was. Here's this little piece somebody sent me. I didn't ruffle that. And this little piece, this I ruffled, but this is vintage sheets. And a lot of this is vintage sheets in here. Most of it is. Let's see, here's a little yellow one. There's a long one there. A long, really nicely ruffled piece. So anyway, you get the picture. I've got lots of ruffles I can include with these any journal. I just kind of forget about them, that I have the ones I already made, but I just made these, so it'll come from this stack here. But okay, so let's do a flip through, and so that some of that's coming in the goodie pack. I just wanted to show you because I had so much fun sewing that together. So 2 signatures. I left the insides as they were originally, so you can put pockets here, glue, whatever you want to do. And then the signatures are, and I'll tell you what all the papers are here. You have plenty of room to expand, of course, and that's how I would, this is a 1.5 inch spine. And so you have plenty of room to expand, and I put papers in here that, you know, I don't think you would be afraid to glue on or paint on or whatever you want to do. But also interesting papers that I really like a lot, and I think you will too. So anyway, the first page here on the cover of each signature is wallpaper. So this is wallpaper. As you can see, here's the wallpaper branding here, and this particular one has a pocket. I didn't glue the sides of any pockets together, whatever pockets are in here, because what you could do is you can either glue this together, and you could decorate it, or you could even, if you wanted to make a little fold or something, you know, you could make a little fold of some type, a big fold, a little fold, whatever, but I left it for you to be able to be creative with. So that's wallpaper. This is an index page from an atlas, and so you have all those interesting columns there. This is some actual used ledger with interesting writing and numbers, and it's a beautiful color, and there's a fold out here. So you have all that room. And then this is a page from this encyclopedia. And then this is a painted page from when we did some, and I have a few of these left, where when we did some tie-dyeing, and my sister-in-law got out some paper, big paper she had to put on a table, because she said, let's do it on my dining room table. I'm like, oh my goodness, because she has a really nice dining room table. And so she got out these papers and laid them on her table, and it worked, but I don't know if I would be that brave. But anyway, when it was all said and done, I was like, hey, I want to keep those papers. They look pretty cool. So this is one of the tie-dye papers from that day. I think it does, and it's got a fold out there. And what you can do is, there's quite a few fold out or flip outs in here. You can leave them as fold outs and use them as you wish. You can make little, you know, tuck spots. Or you can even cut them off and use them in collaging or making tags or journal cards or whatever. So very interesting way to use flip outs. If you don't want a flip out, you can just cut it off and use it for something else. So this is a little pad of Campbell Soup. I believe it's, yeah, it says right here, Campbell Soup menu planner. So that's what this is. I have a pad of that kind of paper. It's all this Campbell Soup menu planner paper. So there's one side of it, and it does flip out here. You can see the whole thing there, the side of it anyway, and the back is white. This is a packing paper like from Amazon. I'm so glad I kept it because I love the brown paper, and I've been using it. Well, I use it in my Junky Junk journals. And here, this one has a pocket, so you can do something with that. You know, flip it down or whatever you want, glue it down. But very interesting, I think, paper to put in a book like this. Another page from this encyclopedia. That one, and this one's from an atlas. So this is going to be the center page. So I put the really beautiful part in the center. You'll see it here in a second, but it does have a flip out here. This book is, I'll tell you the size in a second. It's not huge, but it's not like a, you know, tiny journal. So that's why it's great for a journal, a junk journal, whatever you want to call it, or a glue book type thing. So here's one side, and then here's the center of the atlas page. Isn't that beautiful? I just love that. I thought when I saw that, I was like, oh, I have to put that in the middle. Okay, and I left the strings here for you to do whatever you want. You can put whatever you want on there, buttons or beads, or you can tie it in a bow or whatever you want. So the back half of this signature then is, you know, kind of like what you've seen, but the other half. So the atlas page from this book, this is a beautiful page here. There's a bee on it, on a flower. The nice crinkly Amazon packaging paper. Campbell's Soup Planner, there's the word Campbell's there. The tie-dye paper. Page from this book. The ledger, and this side had a receipt stapled on it, so I left it there. You can, it's just stapled there with kind of an old looking staple, but you can remove that if you like, or leave it on there. You know, do whatever you want with that. Another flip out there. The atlas, the index, and the wallpaper here with, you know, the pocket. So the second signature here also starts with the wallpaper. And there's the pocket. Atlas paper, index card, atlas index paper with a flip out. And then this is some paper that I received from Maria in Happy Mail one time. Really interesting. First of all, the color is really interesting, and the paper is really interesting. So I'll put a piece of that in there. This is the Amazon packaging with the pocket. Page from this book. And this is the, oh, this is some just kind of really cool, thick kind of bond, some type of bond paper. It's huge, so I don't know what it was originally used for, but of course I found it at a thrift store. And it's very thick, so that could be really interesting, whatever you decide to do on that. This paper also I found at a thrift store, and it says newsletter on the top. It's yellow with this blue border, so that's interesting. It's you can see the solid yellow here with the blue border, and on this side it has the squares. So interesting paper again. And this is one of my vintage McDonald's placemats here, so that's in there. And you can color that or paint it or whatever you want to do. Use some pencils on it, or just stare at it, whatever, whatever you like, or cover it up, whatever you want. This is another page from this encyclopedia. I think I put two pages from the this actual encyclopedia in each signature, because I just love these pages, and I figured that, you know, somebody that got this journal would like to have some pages from this book. Anyway, not journal book. It's a journal now. So the map, the atlas page in this one, this is the back of, you know, the back of it, and then this is the center part here. It says the world there, and it has, you know, pictures of the world. So I thought that was a very cool page too. And there's your strings, and that is a flip out. So back half now of this signature page from this book, the McDonald's placemat, the newsletter paper, which has a nice big flip out on this side. So yeah, I was getting ready to put in the ruffles and everything, and I thought, you know, if it was me, I would rather choose where I have the ruffles, because I want to choose what pages I want to, if I want to glue something on here, and if I want to go to the very edge, and then that ruffle would be in the way. So you could actually do whatever you want on the page and then put your ruffle on, you know what I mean? So I just thought that would be, to me it makes sense. I hope it makes sense to you guys. But page from this book again, the Amazon packaging, that interesting paper from Maria, index page from the atlas, and the wallpaper page. So that is the actual glue book. And then I'll show you this goodie pack. So I don't know if I'm done putting things in this goodie pack, but I put quite a few things in here already that as I put them in here, I thought, you know, how would I want, what would I want, you know, if it was in my glue book. So, you know, like I said, I think I almost would want to, if I was going to use it even as a journal, you can decorate as you go along. If you use it as a journal where you're putting in pictures and mementos and different things, whatever. you could decorate as you go along the pages, you know, put what you want on the pages and then put your decorations or whatever, however you want to do it. Or if you're glue booking and you want to glue some things on there and you thought, oh, the little ruffle would look cute here, a little tab or something, then you can glue it on and it won't be in your way as you're working. You know what I mean? I don't know. It makes sense to me, like I said. Okay, so let me show you what I got in here. I've got a couple of, you know, all these things can be used for whatever you want to use them for, but a couple of pretty little playing cards here. Just playing cards. And I've got some little fabrics here, like little squares. So that's a piece of white Aida cloth, and I just put some little squares in here because you could use these for tabs or tag toppers, little journal card if you want to put a little pull tab on it. Just fold it in half and glue it to the side, you know, type of thing. Or if you want to sew it, if you have a sewing machine, you could sew these onto something before you put, or even the top of a, you know, the top of a playing card. If you wanted to put something on here, you could put a little tab on here, you know, type of thing. Put some paper over here to write on. Make a little journaling card. So that's what these things are for you to use your imagination with and have some crafting, paper crafting and crafting fun. This is a bigger piece of the one I showed you. That's this ruffle here. That's that ruffle there. That's a piece of that. This was a sample that I got at a thrift store, and it had, where it used to be in a book or something, this paper on the back. So this piece would be great. It's already backed. It would be great for a pocket, I thought. Or you can cut it up too, you know. It's just a nice sturdier piece because it has this backing on it. And then some tickets. These can be used also as tabs or journal toppers or journal card, little pulls, or decorations. You know, this is a perforation down the middle, so you can, you know, use this to make a trim or a little tuck on the side of it. You know, so many things, right? So many things. Okay, so this is a pink envelope. And in here, I put some journal cards. So these are all blank on the back. So I'm just going to flip through them real quick. Just a variety of journal cards. These are some that I cut up out of scrapbook paper. Most of it was like smaller sizes, like 6x6 or whatever, 4x6 scrapbook paper pads. I had the little ones, and I cut them up and made journal cards out of them. And these are two of my photo journal cards out of the photos I trimmed. This one's from 95. Actually, this one actually has a date. Most of them don't have anything written on them, but this one does. Copper Harbor 795, July 1995. So I don't know where Copper Harbor is, but if you do, maybe you recognize it. These are photos that my mom gave me, and like I have a ton of them, and I cut them all in half. They were regular 4x6 size. I cut them all in half and made, if you didn't see that those videos where I showed you that, I cut them in half, rounded the corners, and made little journaling cards out of them. So now they are journaling cards, or whatever you want them to be. So that's pink envelope with the journal cards. A vintage flash card. These are fun to decorate and make it into pockets or whatever. Journal cards. Label. This is from a subscription kit that I was getting for a while of the vintage goodies. So this is an actual vintage label. Mexico. This is a paper bag with a teddy bear on it. Or actually it has 3 teddy bears on it with the quilting there, the quilt background. So just a fun little vintage, let me see if it has a date, 1997 gift sack. Fun little vintage paper bag. A card. I just picked a random card out of my drawer. Like, I reached toward the back and pulled this out because I have so many cards and I can't see. My drawer doesn't pull out. And I'm like, what's back there? I haven't pulled anything out from the back lately. So anyway, you can use this. It's just a single piece of cardstock. It says happy birthday, but you can cut it up and do whatever you want. Maybe you have a page where you're going to, if you're using it as a journal and you're decorating it for someone's, you know, putting in photos of someone's birthday party, and this could come in handy. Or you can always cover that up and use the candles. I think the candles are fun on their own. So Happy Mail. Oh, I got this a good while ago in another subscription I was getting a long time ago. CD, green CD envelope here. So that's fun to glue on the flap and put a picture or something there in the envelope or whatever, something you made. Another big white envelope. I thought this would be great to do something with. There's so many things I'm not even going to try to go into it, but you can coffee dye it, you can color it, you can use it as, you can glue all over it, just whatever you want to do. I put 3 of my little sewn together strips in here. So these can be page decorations, or you can cut them up and use them as tabs too, or journal cards, or you can use them on journal cards or tags, whatever you want to do, but there's 3 of those. There's a couple of book pages in here. That's one. Let me see. Let me get the other one. Here it is. I put a couple of book pages in here, vintage book pages. I thought these might be fun for you. You can use them as a whole or cut them up and make things with them. You can even cut out the people here if you want. If I say cut out the people, if you're glue booking or something. And this too, this one, I got several pages. Let me get them together. Because I was kind of like going around my craft room, like pulling things out, trying to figure out if it, and put myself in the place of the person that might get this and figure out what, what I would want, what you would want, whatever. So all of these pages are from 2 different Ideals magazines. This is from the Friendship Ideals magazine. So you can see it's a pretty page. You can cut out, you can look for words that you like or maybe want to use. You can cut out poems. You can use the text as a background. You can cut out this border. It's got a really pretty border here. You can cut out the individual teacups there. And then if you wanted to, you could use this side. You could cut out these individual people here. So there's just so many things to do. So these 2 pages were, let's see, like this together. So I kept them together so you could, whoever gets it could do whatever. Like here's another lady sitting over here under the tree. So you could see what the whole picture was there. And on this side is some cool teapots and more text and things that you can use. So that was from the Friendship. And then these are from a very old 1950s Christmas Ideals magazine. So this particular Ideals magazine had pages this color, and they had some colorful pages. I think I've heard once that they did that back then to save on printing. Use some black and white and use some color so that they didn't have to use color on every page. But these are really gorgeous pages also, if you look at them. Lots of things that can be cut out or used as a background if you wanted a more vintagey background. So 2 of those are in there. Let's see, let's do this. This is a good size to do next, I guess. This is a piece of vintage wrapping paper. So I have used this before on my channel. And I love the little kids here all lined up, and it's got music notes, and I love the colors and everything. So a fun piece of wrapping paper. And vintage, just from a thrift store. And then I've got 2 pieces. I might have to fold these in half again to get them in the package. But this is scrapbook cardstock, scrapbook paper. So great for whatever you want to do with that. Make pockets and tags, use it for layering. And actually this looks really good with it too if you wanted to use these together. Or these have a lot of little pieces that can be cut out on them. This one too has a lot of little pieces that could be fussy cut out. So a lot of fun things there on that piece. This is white on the back. That one's of course brown on both sides. And then let's see, there's some tissue paper here in case you wanted to cover a page with this. That's fun. And let's see what else. Oh, there was a couple of wallpaper scraps from, let's see, where's the other wallpaper scrap? From this, when I was working on the pages there in the journal. So I did include those, couple of wallpaper scraps. Those can be, you can make a little tuck spot out of these or pockets or whatever and do things like that. This was in my scrap box, and I thought somebody might like the little flower pictures. And, oh, there's a little piece of sewing tissue. Okay, this was when I was getting the scrapbook paper out. I also found this scrapbook paper that has these little things that could be cut out on here that have little quotes and things on them and little numbers, and like there's a that says Buddy that has a Roman numeral and just little things. This was in a bunch of scrapbook paper that I got from the thrift store, and it was actually I never cut it up. It was just somebody had already cut out some of the squares on here and used them, and then the rest of it was in that bunch of scrapbook paper I got. So I thought, well, that could be really fun for somebody to, you know, glue booking, and you want to cut up things and glue them down. I thought that was perfect. This is a doily, and I think it might be two, but I can't, for the life of me, I can't. Oh, it's going to come together. I knew this would happen. There it is. I'm going to leave it like this together. But when I was trying to get it out of my drawer and put it in here, I was like, I know this is two. It's too thick to be one, but I couldn't get it apart for the life of me. So anyway, it is two, but I'm going to leave it here for you. I mean, it does make for a stronger doily if you wanted to leave it together and use it that way. So anyway, that's two doilies in there. And then last but not least, I have this coin envelope. Very interesting because it's from a thrift store, and it has a line here where like it looks like it's pretty old, like it's been sitting around forever, and somehow maybe got bleached out by the sun or the light or something, because there's a light strip in the middle here where maybe something was wrapped around it. But anyway, it's a little bit bigger than small, you know, the newer ones are smaller like that. This is a little bit bigger one, so I really like these. And then in here, I thought this would be fun for glue booking too. And if I were decorating the journal, I would probably put most of these in. If I was pre-decorating it for you, I would probably put some stickers in here. But since I wasn't, I put a variety of stickers in here because I don't know what each page, you know, is going to be. So I wanted to put a variety of different themes in here. So I've got, I think, two angel type. These are two angel, like vintagey angel looking stickers. Those. And then I've got two in here that look like postage stamps. So a pretty floral one and a pretty, or a cool, like patriotic, oh, it goes this way, Statue of Liberty there. So very two different themes, but you know, if you're doing a junk journal or a journal and you're saving things, each page usually kind of has a different theme depending on what you're putting in there, right? And then these are some little happy, they have little smiley faces on them, little flowers, like daisies with smiley faces. So those can be put sporadically throughout somewhere if you would like. And anyway, that is what I put in there for right now. If I think of anything else, I'll go ahead and show you. I'll put this in a plastic something sleeve to come along with the journal. So it'll be all of this plus the ruffle. I'll go ahead and cut off a piece of ruffle here so you can see exactly what you're getting. How about that? Let's, since this is one piece, let's go ahead and just cut off this piece here. So you'll have this one long piece. Wait a minute, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. This is one piece right here. So to cut these in, I just cut in between. There's a little thread there. I just cut that one thread and it's separated. So you'll get that also. And let's cut out another little piece here that would be fun. I don't know which one. Let's cut out this orange one. How about that? Let's cut out the orange one so you can have some color. Because the brown one's kind of, you could say that's a neutral, and then you'll have a colorful one. And that kind of matches the book too, with the orange and yellow on the front. So you'll be getting this whole package all wrapped up. So when you see this, it will be in my shop, and I'm going to start working on another one. In the first video, I said, you know, if you want one of the others, let me know. But as of the time of this flip through, you haven't seen the other video, so I don't know which one somebody might want me to work on next. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on another one and see how it goes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. And I hope that I'll see how this one does with me not pre-decorating. And if it doesn't go well, I'll probably go ahead and pre-decorate and add pockets and things. But like I said, I try to put myself in your place. And if it was me, I almost would rather have it like this for me. So I don't know. We'll see what y'all like, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.